Hey guys, welcome back to my yoga channel. If you just happen to be cruising around and just dropped in, I know that you're gonna love these videos because I'm gonna be giving you some incredible hacks on how to create more flexibility, more mobility, and most importantly, how to have more strength in your body, cultivated from a yoga practice that is based upon intelligent sequencing and really looking and addressing the body's mobility and functionality in a correct way. We're always looking to improve muscle function, not to debilitate it, which leads me right into what we're going to be talking about, which is the hamstrings. Please remember that if you like this video, click like, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you and hear what are some of the challenges that you're facing in your yoga practice. And I would love to find some solutions or help you find some solutions so that you can have a yoga practice or a mobility practice that is going to help you to thrive in life and become pain-free. Today we're going to be talking about the hamstrings, and in one of my previous videos, which we'll link to below, that we did address some of why hamstrings are tight. And we also address some of the functionality of what the hamstrings do. They're primarily responsible for knee flexion, so they actually will flex the knee. This is flexing, this is extending. And they also help with hip extension. So if you're running, when your leg comes back, that's partly due to your hamstrings. But the interesting thing is that when the leg has to straighten, when the leg has to bend, what has to happen here is in order for that knee to bend, the hamstring is actually shortening. And when the knee is bending, for example, if you're hiking or on the stair climber in your gym, the knee is constantly bending. If you're doing lunges in the gym, if the hamstrings aren't contracting properly, if they are in that tightened state, they're not really going to be supporting the knee joint properly. And so we need to address that issue. Now, if you are dealing with tight hamstrings, which more than likely you are, you're also probably dealing, by the way, with tight hips and limited mobility. You might even find yourself sitting in this kind of flexed position, because if you start to come in an extended position, sometimes you can feel that pull on the hamstrings, and so it's limiting your abilities to sit well. And the real question that we need to ask is, why are those hamstrings tight? Well, one of the reasons why the body tightens up, why muscles tighten up, is because the body senses instability. As we were just saying before, that one of the functions of the hamstrings is to bend the knee. If those hamstrings aren't functioning properly, the brain goes, okay guys, just tighten up, just tighten up, just tighten up. And then they tighten up and they stop doing their job properly. They stop supporting the joint of the knee properly. And this is one of the reasons why you see so many people, especially runners, hikers, people who do a lot of sports, soccer, even baseball, like, because you have to run from base to base. Any of these kind of sports, a lot of people start complaining about knee issues. And so because their hamstrings aren't supporting the joint of this knee properly, what do people turn to? Braces. They put knee braces on. They put ACE bandages on their knee to create an artificial sense of stability. From an AYAMA perspective, from an applied yoga anatomy and muscle activation perspective, what we actually want to do is get the muscles working so that they're supporting the body in the way that they should be. I know that you dropped into this video because you're really wanting to deal with your frickin' tight hamstrings. So what I want to do is give you a very simple hack in order to start giving you less tight hamstrings. So this is a very, very easy hack to do. You can do it anytime. It's really, really simple. But more importantly, this hack is actually going to help you start having more stability in your knees, create less tightness in the hamstrings, and actually start to activate other muscles. Now, one of the things that's interesting about the hamstrings we just look at like synergy between muscles. Muscles always have an opposite effect. There's an opposite muscle that should be either relaxing or engaging. In the case of the hamstrings, if the hamstrings are relaxing, or they're supposed to be relaxing, what should be tightening up, what should be engaging, are the quads. The quads should actually be engaging here. If the hamstrings are tightening up, it's a good indication that the quads are not doing their job properly. The quads are not contracting and contracting on demand. So we actually want to improve the functionality of the quads. And again, this is just my really quick and simple hack in how to deal with the hamstrings. So come onto your back, lie down, and we're just going to do a simple test. Okay, so you're going to bring your right leg up to the sky and just notice how far that right leg comes. So you can see mine's not quite at 90 degrees. I'm even having a hard time straightening the leg out. In other words, extending the knee. Well, what is the muscle that's responsible for that? We're actually looking at the rectus femoris. So let's get that rectus femoris activated here. So bend this knee. This is one of the ways that I like to do it. There's a couple of different ways, but I like to bend the knee. The foot is sort of in the middle of the shin. Bring your hand, your right hand, on top of your thigh. Now keep the leg here. Don't move the leg at all. The femur is going to stay sort of at this 30-degree angle. And then you're just going to straighten the leg. And I want you to just keep the hand here and feel the quad starting to get stronger. Okay, so feel the quad engaging and then relax down. So relax everything. Bend the knee. And again, straighten the leg and feel this quad activating. Feel the quad engaging, specifically the rectus femoris. Rectus femoris actually attaches right into the pelvic bone. The other parts of the quad actually attach into the femur and lower down. So this is the only muscle that attaches right at the pelvic bone. And the interesting thing about rectus femoris is it actually comes right over the kneecap. So it's another muscle that's responsible for the integrity of the knee joint. Bend the knee, have the foot about halfway in between the shin bone, the hand here, and then start to straighten the leg. And hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and lower down. And then bend the knee, and then straighten the leg and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower down. And bend the knee. Have the hand here, straighten the leg, and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower down. Bend the knee. Again, the foot is about halfway in between the shin bone, lined up. And straighten the leg, and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower down. Just shake it out. Get really relaxed here, guys. Bend the knee, and then straighten the leg, and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower down. That's nice. Okay, what I'd like you to do is to retest. So, have that leg straight, and then slowly bring the leg up. Good. And you can probably see, maybe, my leg is a little bit more straight. But that's pretty cool, eh? How you get more range of motion when we address the muscles that should be shortening and get them to contract properly. We actually start to improve range of motion. This, by the way, is called dynamic stretching. Now, I don't like to use the word stretching. That's why I created my podcast, Stop Stretching. But for all intents and purposes, we have to call it dynamic stretching. It would be passive stretching if we grab the leg and pulled the leg towards us. We're passively moving the leg into a range of motion, and we're probably going to push it into a range of motion that the body is not prepared for. And when you do that, you actually start to shut down muscles. So the absolute wrong thing to do is to stretch the hamstring, quote unquote, but to start dynamically moving the leg and improving the agonist, the muscles that should be contracting, improving those muscles' ability to contract and contract on demand. Now you probably thought, oh my God, he's doing some kind of voodoo magic on me. So let's do it on the left side and see what happens. Bring the left leg up. Good. So that's about my range of motion right there. Let's actually get this quads contractibility improved. So bend the knee, bring the foot sort of level or in the middle of the shin bone. Have the left hand on the left quad and just straighten the leg and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and lower down. And bend the knee and engage. Now see if you, with the hand there, see if you can actually feel that quad really starting to contract properly. So feel that quad engage and lower down. And bend the knee and then start to straighten the leg and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and lower down. And bend the knee and straighten the leg and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and lower down. Nice. And bend the knee, straighten the leg and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and lower down. Bend the knee, straighten the leg, feel that quad engage and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and lower down. We'll just do it one more time. So bend the knee, have the foot sort of in the middle of the shin bone, straighten the leg, and again hold for 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and lower down. And let's do the retest. And slowly bring the leg up. And just notice if you've gotten more range of motion, which I did. I actually can feel my quad engaging a little bit more now. And remember that as this muscle engages, the opposite muscle, in this case the hamstrings, are going to relax. So if you feel a tightness happening in the hamstring, it's because these guys are not engaging anymore. They've actually gone beyond what they can engage. So like right there is really comfortable, and I can come a little bit closer and then I can start to feel this muscle not working anymore. That's about as far as my range of motion will allow me to go. This is also called dynamic. Remember that. This is dynamic as opposed to passive when we start to pull the leg beyond what its capacity is. When we start to passively stretch the body, we actually begin to sever that connection between the brain and the muscle. In order to build more stability in the body, we need more connection between the brain and the muscles. I hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to tell me what kind of challenges that you're facing in your yoga practice. I really would love to hear from you. And please remember to click like and subscribe to the channel so you can receive all the wonderful new videos that we're going to be doing. A video coming up is going to be on sciatica. I'm going to be doing a few videos on that. So stay tuned. Namaste and have a great day.